3, 2, 1, action.
Well, it's definitely different. You know, it's like when I was reading it and I saw how my character was, things that he was going through. But that right there was deep. So I said to myself, okay, I like this. You know, I like where the story's headed. You know, but I said to myself, I'm not gonna pull it off. There are mistakes that he made. You know, I know things that he wish he could take back. There's things I wish I could take back. Now, my character he goes through a lot. Goes through a lot, and that's why at the same time too, I need to try to match his energy. Because in the end, it's just like, I'm not me when I'm playing my character, I'm him. I'm not me anymore. And so that is why like it was kind of hard to actually like match it.
And action. Good.
So working with Greg, who's also a rookie actor like myself, I think he really started to understand the character by the end of the film. He was really aware of who his character was and the trauma that he was supposed to be carrying. He did a really good job of evolving as the film went on. I think we also had a really good behind the camera chemistry so that we could kind of let loose and be fun, fancy, and free.
I don't want to pull this out. I just want to pull this out. Like, we had an angle.
So it was actually great working with Alec because you see, he had a better sense of how movies are filmed. And so to have Alec there, he actually made the film a lot easier.
Like those last kind of bits too, you're like, just curious.
And so I look at it and I'm just like, he knows what he's doing. He's got this down. He's very knowledgeable about this. Me, I'm like an amateur coming into this. So with Alec, it's like, yeah, like with him, I try to bring my best performance to try to match his performance. Because I'm like I say, he's good.
I don't know, I just feel like it's all fake.
Hey.
It was kind of difficult. I wasn't really sure what direction he was trying to approach the main character as. I couldn't really tell, was he a friend, was he a foe, was he kind of mystery? But as I was acting out the scenes and getting really into the psyche of my character, I could get a better grip of what he was trying to do and what he was actually like. And he always seems to have a hidden agenda. Almost like he's showing his cards to the main character and to the audience. But right as soon as he does, it's like he almost does something you wouldn't expect. So it's like he's always got this backup plan, or maybe you think he's going to do something, but he does something completely opposite. Or you think he responds a certain way to an event that happens in the story, and he just doesn't. He does completely something off the rails. And so you can't really predict this character. So this is just, it's just all in the moment how I feel while I'm doing it, and I feel like it really developed pretty well that way.
You're starting to put the pieces together.
Okay.
But so that's what you're kind of thinking of. You want something to think about. When you're looking at the pill bottle, you look at it and then you're like, and then you get the idea to...
I learned a lot from this film, because there's some things where like I feel like I couldn't act, but then I had his help, to guide me to that, and of course he didn't want to just be lazy and just say, all right, we're just gonna take this, screw it. No, he said, no, listen, focus on this, try to like dig in deep, don't overthink it, all right, just focus on this particular part.
Don't think so much like, this is what the character do. Try to think in your situation, like, you don't want to hear anything, like, how would you react?
He really, really focused on everything that needed to be done in the film. And he actually took it seriously. And so like, I started to like think like, wow, like this is actually his career. Like this is something that he wants. He sees it as something that is gonna make him big in life. And also, the one thing too that I was very impressed is that he did this all by himself.
Because you want to see if he's there. The second time you look, which is going to be the scene after this, is you're going to be looking because you're trying to figure out how he looks.
Being with the first-time director, I think that we were both able to kind of learn as we went along. There wasn't a lot of like, you know, I've done this before, so this is how it has to be, kind of scenarios. So being able to kind of go along with for the first time, it's almost like kind of like going to college. When you're a freshman and you're dorming with another freshman, you're both in the experience for the first time. You're both not really knowing what's going on. So to be able to have that experience and be able to learn, I think that kind of helped out a bit. Everyone just being able to do it and learn at the same time.
Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. Just like that. You can do that. Okay.
I gotcha.
Ready? And action.
I remember the first scene that we did, even the first couple scenes that we did, I was very nervous. You know, here I am, I've never done a film before, I've done some shorter stuff here and there, and I was very nervous. I had two people there ready to act, and they hadn't acted before though, so they're kind of maybe looking at me for guidance. And I would say though that I was definitely impressed with some scenes where as they both got to know their character more, they really were able to kind of do their own thing and still stay in the character, and at times know the character better than I did. And we were making some revisions to the script as it was going along because a lot of things were happening. It was a little rushed, and it was impressive to see the ability to take what the other person's saying and they don't even know what they're going to say next and react as their character would, you know, befitting of their role. And I ultimately liked it more. We're not looking for anything too specific. A lot of these scenes, it's like it just needs to be how you perform it, and we'll have to roll with it.
He actually did write the script out actually beautifully, and it was actually a nice guide. Now, like I said, there was always some new things that we had to do, some things we had to change. You know, when you're filming, stuff like that happens. And honestly, it's like, I did learn a lot from him though.
3, 2, 1, action. As I got farther into the film, you know, the production process, I felt more confident. And I think that for me, I can tell what shots I did in the beginning and what shots I did at the end, because a lot of the stuff we did at the end was much more, I would say, experimental.
It's gonna be quiet, and then like we'll hear you muscle up, and then you'll get into the shot. Okay.
So you're gonna be bent down like that?
Pretty much.
I said to myself, this is not just some ordinary film. This is literally a film, right, that he's trying to do the right way. Why? Because this is his life's work. This is his major. This is something for fun. No, this is actually for his life's work. So I give him mad props because he did it all by himself. And on top of that, it was all personal life too, dealing with all that stuff too as well. Adding on to that, like wow.
Because we're gonna have you catch up to the camera and then just like run past it, and then it's gonna fade to white.
I would say now I'm way more confident in working camera, working with actors, writing a script, revising a script, keeping the continuity, audio. So overall, it was a great process, and I'm really happy for it.
That was kind of cool. I actually like that.
Like that?
As you're like thinking, it like has the fish tank come into focus. That was kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie, I like that. So we're gonna keep that. That's a wrap for that scene.
All right, that's a wrap.